So I need to add to the first video. It's important when I was talking about pace scenarios and stuff like that. So you've set the race up, you've created your pace profile or your speed map. So once you create your pace profile, you work out where they're drawn and how they'll likely sit in the run. That's easy to do. You'll learn how to do that in your head as you create more pace profiles or split or pace pressures, whatever you want to call it on the front end. And you hear me talk about the front end. So once you've done that, it's really important to understand the relevance of what you've created there to the overall race makeup. All right. And what I mean when I talk about race makeup, you'll hear me talk about race pace makeup when I do videos, right? That's the pace early and how that affects the race makeup and how it creates the race makeup. It's one and the same at the end of the day. And that's what gives you what horses have got the potential advantage at the end of the day. That's really important to know when you go in. Some people like to factor that at the end after they do their raw rating figures. That's bullshit. They need to be incorporated while you do it, because you need to be thinking how the race plays out as you look at each horse and how each horse gets affected by what the trainer may be thinking, or whether they're drawn closer or they're sporting first-time blinkers, or the nose roll's going on, or, it's a first-time tongue tie and they failed 2 or 3 last prep and they haven't had a public trial leading in, but they go well first up over 1100. Then when you think about pace profiles, you need to think, okay, how does this race make up? And that's about what the track's like. It might be an 1100 metre race out of a chute where they sweep around one turn. That's not going a turn. That's sweeping around a bend. There's a big difference. A horse that sprints one turn and a horse that routes 2 turns, some horses improve markedly when they route 2 turns the first time, going a mile plus. So all that sort of stuff's really important. So you need to factor that in. Once you make that up about a race, then you can start to look at the form of a race. That's when it starts to get interesting. The first part, everything I've talked about for this video and the last video, you should be able to do that in about 90 seconds. A race should take you half an hour when you're really good, an hour when you're learning, 2 hours if you're really getting in-depth learning. But when you get really good like me, you should be able to do a race in half an hour. Once you decide to get into it too, because you've got your black book that pinpoints certain races that you want to dissect first, where you think you've got better bullets to fire, So that's all very relevant. There's a lot to learn from form analysis, and I think I can teach this a lot. I think, what I've learned over the years, it's pretty good information. And where to concentrate, where do you get your advantage, what to avoid that every other person is doing out there in the marketplace. If you all do the same thing, you create the same angle, and that's 7 to 1. If there was $10,000 in the pool and it's 7 to 1 or $8, there's $1,250 on it. If 5 of you go and have 200 on that each, and there's 2,250 in it, and the pool's 11,000, all of a sudden it's fucking 4.8. Like, do your own thing, learn your own information. Why do I sell it? I sell it because I'm that good. That's why I sell it. You can only sell it like I sell it if you're really good at what you do. Anyway, that's another form analysis 101 lesson. I hope you enjoy it. This is me, Roy. You know it is. That's why it's on this channel. Go on, go. See ya.